All right, what is going on, you absolute Giga Chads? Today is going to be a short one. I think, what is this, episode 4 of our road to 600. As I mentioned the other episode, I jacked up my back, sleeping on it, weird of all things. You know, picking up stones, picking up deadlifts, doing shit with my background, never messes me up, but sleeping badly, went into deadlift. Felt pretty bad, crunched it pretty good. And that's been kind of messing with my sleep. So been quite fatigued because my sleep's been even worse than usual. So today was, if it was colder out, if it was the winter time, today would be like a hoodie up type of day, going in to put in the work. So I didn't really talk to the camera beforehand. I filmed my benching, and then I totally forgot that I was filming this series, so I didn't film any of my accessory work. So it's gonna be a short one, but we got the work done. Of course, I tweaked my back sleeping a week out for my first contest in a hot minute. So I've been like stressing about that a little bit, running over in my head. If I got to scratch the deadlift, if I take a token deadlift, like how I can try to compete effectively, you know, get that experience, but hopefully not regress my back too much. Thankfully, it has not gotten in the way of my bench training, which is continuing to go insanely well. No individual session here is all that impressive. I know some people would say, well, Sam, your last session was like 400 for reps for good volume. That's impressive. I would say it's relative, right? For a 565 bencher, nothing I have done yet is like, oh man, you're ready for a new max. But given the cumulative workload across a 3x bench frequency with these higher loads, man, I feel good. I feel it's safe to say this is the biggest my base has ever been, and it's only growing. Put in some really good work here on the Yukon today. Feeling damn good, except for my back and worry about this contest. And also, Mr. Alex Leonidas sent me a message earlier on Instagram saying that he had finished editing our podcast and that it was rendering. So that should go up soon. I'm still nervous about that. It's a big platform. Probably put myself out there as a person a little bit more than I have in the past to a hell of a lot of people. So that's been stressful. Hoping people like me, I guess. But mostly just back's been keeping me up, so I'm a little cranky, and then a little worried about the contest, but we're going there to have fun. Got to make sure I keep that mindset. Hopefully I don't jack myself up so I can keep this crazy momentum I got going here on the bench press. Okay, and now for a quick little voiceover. I've got my last two warm-ups filmed here at 275 pounds and 315 pounds. My working weight for the day was 355. It's actually 362 because the Yukon bar weighs 52 pounds, so 7 pounds over a standard bar weight, but I track it as though it's a standard bar, so my math will be quick. Suddenly, you're going to hear me mentioning always that it's actually 7 pounds heavier when it actually gets heavy and impressive. I'm never going to neglect to mention it, but I'll probably just put 355 on screen for my working sets here, because I do look back at these and usually I will use the notation that I'm tracking as rather than the actual weight for that kind of thing. But my goal here was to do 4 sets at an average RPE of RPE7 and accumulate as much volume as I can. So that ended up being a set of 9, a set of 10, a set of 11, and a set of 12. Just happened to work out that way. Somebody actually messaged me, I believe, on my Discord asking me the other day, how did it work out that you did like 8, 9, 10, 11 reps, right? Were you trying to add a rep each time? Were you trying to climb your RPE each set? And no, it just worked out that it was like climbing numbers nice and square by 1 rep each time. That's just how it worked out. My goal is to hit an average RPE of 7, and how I generally go about that is I will intentionally undershoot my first set as a bit of a feeler. Still hard enough that I'm accumulating good volume, right? Because I don't want to just do 2-3 reps and rack it and have that just be a true like potentiation style set. It's still trying to tally towards my total volume, but I'll get a feel for where I'm at on the day. Then my middle 2 sets, I will try to be pretty true to that RPE 7, and then because I intentionally undershot the first set, I will usually take my last set a little extra far. This is just my strategy to average an RPE of 7. A lot of my athletes don't really like that, and they like to try to hit a true 7 for all 4 sets, so the reps would be expected to fall. I usually like to do it this way. Today it worked out. My first set I did 9, definitely a little bit undershot, below RPE 7. I believe my 10 and my 11 rep sets were kind of bang on. And then my final set, which was 12 reps, was a little overshot to account for that first. All right, what's going on? No.